Welcome to the Marketing Combat Podcast. My name is Chris Carbonas, and with me is the always handsome, relatable, jovial Jason Donnelly. What's up, Jason?
You know, another day in paradise. My name is Jason Donnelly. I'm here on the Marketing Combat Podcast, and today we're going to be arguing about social media, if it's dead or not. The best part about this is we both know the topic that we're going to be talking about, but not necessarily what the other person's going to be arguing. So to tell Chris right now what we're going to be arguing, I think that social media is dead. And let me tell you why. Every single day I get on social media, but it's no longer a social platform. It's no longer a place that I go to talk to friends. It is no longer a place that I go to interact and go back and forth. It's no longer a place that I share my thoughts, my ideas, my breakfast, whatever the things were that we used to do back in the day, which was a Wednesday. But back in the day, we used to actually talk to each other. It was a social place. It was I did this today, I did that today. What are you doing? Tell me about your day, back and forth. Now it's just an entertainment platform. Every single one of them is just entertainment. There's swiping, there's liking, there's not talking. So it's no longer social, and it hasn't been in a very long time. So Jason's take, social media is dead. Long live social media.
Yes. This is why it's not dead, right? We can just see that the amount of sharing that people are doing, the amount of caring that people are doing on social media has exploded. So the democratization of social has just boomed, right? And we're seeing more and more platforms. We're seeing opening up of places. A new Clubhouse is on its way. The Air Chat, I believe it's called, which is another audio platform. We've seen stuff pop up like Maven. We had, Maven on a previous podcast of ours, not this one, but social media sucks. So we're seeing new iterations of social media. We're seeing more and more sharing. LinkedIn, for example, LinkedIn is no longer about business. LinkedIn is all about your personal things. What you did this weekend? Did you go to the beach? Did you swim? Did you hang out with your kids? Tell us how great you are in your regular life. That's what goes really well on LinkedIn these days. So that is way more social than LinkedIn ever has been. So I would argue, like, from a social media standpoint, your argument like, hey, it's not social anymore, we're just sitting there scrolling, watching. Yes, that is happening a lot. But I would say, like, all of us rush to the comments. Like, that is the thing now. We go to the comment section. If it wasn't social, we wouldn't do that. We would be like, well, there's no point in going to the comment section because there's no comments there. That's not true. That's not what we're finding. We're finding that the best stuff is in the comments. The best stuff is in the social aspects of the platform. On top of that, we're seeing platforms like Twitter, like the big debate about actually like freedom of speech is happening a lot. If it wasn't a social place, if it wasn't a gathering of minds and mindsets and opinions, we wouldn't have this fight for freedom of speech. We wouldn't have these things because it would just be, oh, it's a publishing platform. Somebody is pushing out entertainment. Somebody is pushing out something for us to consume. That's not freedom of speech. We wouldn't even be talking about freedom of speech. We'd be just talking about, was that a good episode of Jason's life on TikTok? But we don't. So social media is very much alive, very much kicking. We have more and more content from regular people, I would say, and regular life. I would say, like, it's maybe moved away from Facebook and others. It's more on the sort of video platforms these days, but I would say it's alive and kicking and more social than ever.
LinkedIn is being used inappropriately. It's no longer a work platform, which it's not supposed to be social media. It's supposed to be networking. So it's being used inappropriately. Twitter is being beaten by Threads, a brand new app to do the same thing because everybody hates X and nobody's using it. So again, it's less social than it's ever been. And Threads is beating you. How could Elon Musk even still move forward knowing that Threads is beating him? Like, first off, it's called Threads. Second off, why did you change it to X? Third off, social media is dead, and I'm sad for its lost. RIP.
Listen, I get your point about LinkedIn and like, but that's the thing. Like, nobody wants to work. I mean, we live in a society where like nobody wants to work.
My boss
Nobody.
just said that nobody wants to work.
I mean, I want to work because I'm the boss and like I'm a very unique person, but nobody wants to work. If you could not work and just have the lifestyle that you have today, maybe a little bit better, you'd be like, yes, absolutely. And that's what we're also seeing on LinkedIn. Like LinkedIn, people don't want to work. They want to post their daily life. They want to post the things that matter to them: family, friends, free time, leisure, vacations. That's why everyone's so stoked about AI, right? Because they're like, hey, I want to stop doing the drudgery of my office job and I want to go paint and be a writer and do my actual thing. Like so many hobbies these days, like way more people are passionate about their hobbies than they are about the thing that actually like, helps them do those hobbies, actually helps them like feed their family. People don't care about that. People care about their hobbies, their extracurricular activities. That's what people pine for. That's why they go to do their 9 to 5 so that they can afford to do the things that they actually want to do. And that's why social media is like this nowadays. It's the stuff that's why business stuff doesn't work on social anymore. It's all the stuff like giving people actual knowledge to like help them do their jobs. That doesn't exist anymore. What
Agreed.
exists now is showing the best life.
Well, Chris,
That's what works.
If social media is alive and well, then everybody who's listening to this and watching this will reply in the comments and tell us just how alive it is. And if they don't, I guess I'm right again.
Yes, you're probably going to win this one because nobody comments on these videos. So I think you will win just from that. But it's causation and correlation aren't the same thing, my man. So let's just leave it at that, which makes zero sense what I just said.
All right, everybody, prove Chris right.
Prove me right. Tell me in the comments, what would you rather be doing than listening to this podcast?
I'd like to.
They're probably doing their hobby while listening to this podcast. That's the thing. They're probably doing the thing that they actually like to do. Then and that'll just prove my point.
Both of them listening. I hope that you're doing great today. And I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you for tuning in to the Marketing Combat Podcast. I've been Chris Coverness.
I'm still Jason Donnelly.
Good job. See you guys next one.
Goodbye.